It's race 3 of MCC Season 2, and today we're going to be at Spa-Francorchamps. It's going to be an exciting race. Last week we were at Nürburgring and Levitius took the win, and race 1 was 2 weeks ago. That was Road Atlanta, and Lorenzo took the win on that. But it's going to be quite an exciting one today. Let's find out who's going to be taking a win. We are moments away from quali. Quali will begin at I think just before 9, and 9 o'clock will be the race. It's going to be 40 minutes long, and it's going to be an exciting one. I'd like to thank our sponsors: Semcrete, Mayfair Gearbox, Gorilla Garage, and Sav Speed Racing. Thank you very much for your support in this season. Today's commentary team is going to be by me. You're going to be sitting with me and Rayhan Esop. Say, how's it?
How's it, everyone? And welcome back to the stream. It's going to be a very interesting one tonight. Spa, and possibly in the rain tonight. That's going to be interesting. I've seen the guys in practice, and the rain has caught out a very lot of drivers. So we're going to see if it's going to catch out everyone. We'll see if the guys are prepared well enough. And then going to dry, it's going to be very interesting with that, if they're going to be switching to dry tires towards the end. But we will see the strategies come together.
Yeah, I did a few practice races, and it's a bit of a roll of the dice when it starts raining. You don't know whether it's going to be inters, whether you should go on full wets, because it can be a bit short. But sometimes it's long. I mean, it's a roll of the dice today. There's some random weather slots coming up. Looking at your driver lineup, we've got some really intense battles coming up. You got Levitius, Goltieri, EcoBoost, Sapphire, iCarbon, Wolfie, Leap, Ghost Killer, Kennels, Serious Sam, Bridgens, DC Gaming, Joker, Pumpkin, and Dino. Ravinity, do you know any of these guys, and have you been racing with them?
Okay, so Levitius, our last week's winner. Not sure who all is going to be in tonight. We will see as we get onto the track with the drivers. But the top 3 at the moment, well, I would say top 4. Levitius, Goltieri, EcoBoost can be there in the running as well as Sappa. Those guys are your top contenders. But we can't forget about both Leapy and Ghost Killer, who have been having some incredible battles recently. Wolfie also getting into the mix. iCarbon with some amazing qualifying so far in this season. Unfortunately has fallen off later in the race, but that's it's never to say that's how it's going to happen in the race, especially with the rain. But yeah, Kennel, Serious Sam, you get to see Sam is now on a very fresh on experience with the wheel, so we will see how he contends tonight against the pack.
I'm looking at the driver's grid in practice right now, and okay, so Ghost Killer is there, Serious Sam is there. I wonder who's missing. I did see Bridgens, Joker. I think Joker is the one that's missing. Yes, it's just Joker that's missing. Other than that, we've got an almost full grid. We've got 14 drivers.
Oh, very, very, very nice. Yeah, okay, so just besides Joker, and then obviously spectator slot is taken by yourself.
Yes.
And once again, I would like to say that GT7 needs to bring in the spectator side of things. Surely they know there's some local competitions going on. They need a spectator mode, man.
I don't think GT knows that there are leagues that love the game.
They should by now. I mean, from GT Sport already, it's been such a big game. And I mean, for console, I think this is one of the most, maybe not the most intricate sim racer, but it's definitely one of the most fun.
Yeah.
Very, very biased opinion, because obviously we are GranTurismo drivers. But yeah, I would say it's the most fun, it's the most easy to pick up and play for people that aren't into sim racing. But yeah, it's going to be, once again, very interesting to see with the, again, going back to the rain.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't know if the guys are going to go for wet tires. I don't know if they're gonna go intermediate tires. Are they going to run the wet tires towards the end of the race? Are they going to change to dries? it's all to play for in this race. And with the heavy damage, the guys are going to want to avoid the walls, and if they cannot, it's going to hamper them dramatically during the race.
Yeah, it's going to be quite intense for the next. We're about 10 minutes away from quali. So at 8:50 is going to be quali, and the race is going to start at 9 o'clock sharp for 40 minutes. Today is going to be at Spa. Ryan, how well do you know Spa?
Okay, so it's a favorite track among not just sim racers, but just people who enjoy racing as a whole, as in especially with Formula One. This is one dramatic track, and it has seen some of its fair incidents with the second to third, first and second corner on this layout. It's the 24 hours circuit. So the pit exit is going to be not on what shows corner 1 on screen there.
We'll go through the 1 lap guide, and then we'll point out where the pit exit is and where the start finish line is gonna be. But I mean, Spa is a historical famous circuit, and I think you're gonna struggle to find somebody that says that Spa is not one of their favorites. And today's going to be a one-make race. We've got the AMG GT3 from 2020, so it's one of the newest cars added to the game. It's running POP, front engine, rear-wheel drive. It's pretty light, pretty quick, and the sound is absolutely amazing.
Oh yes, we love the sound of V8s on the track for sure.
Looking at your tires, you've got, there's no compulsory tires. You do have the choice of softs, mediums, inters and wets available tonight. And looking at the weather slots, you're going to start off in sunny conditions. It's going to be a bit random towards the middle, and then it's going to be pretty heavy rain for one weather slot, and then it's going to go random again, and your time multiplier is going to be at 12. So you're going to start going from the afternoon weather to nighttime pretty quickly.
Yeah, and those random times, the random weather slots are going to be one to look out for, because we don't know whether it's going to be sunny to early rain, or if it's going to be sunny up until that rain slot hits, and then after that we don't know if it's going to continue raining. We don't know if it's going to be completely dry, the sun might come out. And just knowing Spa in general, the weather in Germany is subject to change at the click of a finger. So we will see how the guys get along with tracking the weather. They have their weather radars available on the game as well, on their HUD, so they can try and see what they can do with this weather. And the time variant is definitely going to play a major part in it as well.
Yeah, you've got quite a heavy tire wear today. You've got 7 times tire wear and 3 times fuel. So fuel's not going to be too much of an issue, but tires will definitely be an issue. I mean, 6 laps, your softs are only going to last 6 laps.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I've seen some of the guys make it work for 7, even 9 laps, but with some very, very dramatic saving. So we'll see. We're not sure again when the rain will hit exactly, but I think for me personally, I think the mediums would be the safer option to go for up until the rain. The soft is definitely going to go way quicker. So it would either be a strategy of either 2 stints on the soft tires, but through heavy pushing, and just by knowing what I've been seeing in the chats and so on in the practice sessions, there will be a little bit of refueling as well. So that is all to play for, as well as the guys figure out their strategies. I'm seeing in the tier 2 group here, there's some guys on soft, some guys on medium. So we're likely to see a very big clash of strategies here towards the lane.
I was looking at the race, and it's going to be 17 laps. And the rain should start kicking in at about lap 9.
Lap 9, okay. In one of the practice sessions that I was busy spectating some of the guys, the rain came at lap 11. So that just shows you it's never dead set. Even though the settings are that rain is coming through, it's never dead set that it's going to happen at a certain point of the race. So again, that's going to make strategies very, very interesting between the guys. And we will see who's going to risk it on the softs, who's going to go safer choice with the mediums, and who's going to come out on top with regards to that tire strategies.
Yeah, I've seen guys that have been practicing like all week, and they say that the rain's gonna come at a very consistent 9 laps. But we all know, we've done this before, is that you practice the whole week, and when race day comes along, your strategy is you might as well flush it down.
Yeah, and I see some of the guys are saying, with Safa's lobbies, he doesn't usually have rain, just with his streak of luck so far. So thinking about going soft tires on the end there, but again, we know for sure that there's one slot that there will be for sure a certain batch of rain.
Yeah.
So again, we will see what they come through with the strategies.
It's
going to be interesting. It's difficult.
Yeah. We're 4 minutes away from quali. I want to take you through just the top 3 points standings of the championship. So you got Safa with 70 points, Ghost Killer Pace at 58 points, Eco Boost with 57 points. And those are the leaders of the championship, and there's 2 tiers. We're spectating tier 1. Tier 2 is going to be happening at the same time. So right now, Ravinity, my co-host, is going to be looking at that race and maybe sharing some information on what's going on. But before we get into the quali session, let's take a look at the 1 lap guide that Rayan's going to take you through of Spa.
Okay, so going into where we're starting with this is actually going to be, with this layout of the track, this is going to be the last corner on the track, funny enough. So going into this last corner, a very tight hairpin, you're going to be wanting to check your braking marker for this to get a nice exit out going towards what is going to be a very long straight and pretty much flat out all the way up until the end. There's a long downhill section, which means slipstream here is going to be very, very effective for the competitors. Going into Eau Rouge, the famous Eau Rouge, this is where things can get a bit sketchy, going onto the curves very nicely there. And here you can make a very good use of the track and get some insane run out going towards the straight. And I think this is Radion. I don't have my corner names here this time, but yeah, a very long straight as
Camel
we go
straight.
past the Camel straight, yeah. So this is something I don't really know my corner names for.
Going into Laikoum.
Okay, big breaking point here. We're going to see some overtakes for sure. This is a nice right-left chicane, and if you don't get this right, this can make a very bad exit or entry into this corner here. Starlow, okay, very nice. Thank you very much, Tunis. And yeah, there's so many opportunities to overtake. Corner name, if you do remember, Tunis.
Well, this is Stavilo right now, and we're heading towards Speaker's Corner is what they're calling it now, but I've always called it No Name.
No Name, okay, No Name Speaker's Corner. Yeah, once again, very, very major opportunities for overtakes here. And Puan, this is the very
tricky
high speed corner. Yeah, high speed, very tricky, and this is gonna catch people out in the rain especially, because yeah, you can slip off the course very easily.
Yeah, if you get your wheels onto that sunlight liquid, you're gonna be spinning into the wall.
Exactly, Sunlight Liquid is the perfect name for it. I didn't even think of that. It's brilliant. And yeah, then going into another slow set of corners. Again, seen a lot of overtakes happen in here, but it's very, very dangerous. I'm sure the guys will set up going into this final few corners here. Going again onto that Sunlight Liquid curve. I'm gonna stick to that name now. Here you're gonna carry through a lot of speed going towards the straight, and the penalty zone lies just around, I think it is after this trees here, just before the billboard sign, and that's gonna be
no, I think the penalty is being served on Camel. Yeah, I think the penalty is served on Camel straight.
Oh, then the guys might have been running the wrong layout for practice. Oh, that's interesting.
oh no, it might be my 1 lap demo might be in the wrong layout.
Okay, all right. Oh wait, anyway, a lot of speed again. Once again going into the final chicane, and here is going to be a real make or break section to finish off the lap here. It's going to be very interesting once again, because it's a high speed track, and high speed with these GT3 cars is going to mean slipstream is very, very effective, and the guys are going to be using that to their full potential. I see Lorenzo is back in the race here, but I don't see Levicius at the moment. Levicius. I'm saying many people pronounce his name very differently.
Levitius is racing. I've seen him in practice. I don't think he's entered the track just yet, but I mean, this is still practice. Well, this is still practice. So I think they're just checking out the lag that everybody's experiencing right now. Because I did definitely notice quite a bit of lag in some of the practice lobbies. I think Levitius will enter he should have entered right now. Let's try and find him. There's he in P11.
Okay, so again, he has the current fastest lap on display there, 216.5, and that is extremely fast. I'm not sure if that was probably set on softs. People are going through their soft runs as well, and it's going to be interesting to see our top two victors, Gualtieri and who is Lorenzo, and Levicius Liam Bisanello. It's going to be insane to see those two because they are both crazy fast drivers. Not to mention Safa, who has been giving Levicius a run for his money in the last week's race for a while. But yeah, we're going to see some very intense racing between the two race winners. As you see Safa going straight into Wizard Dino there, just for the fun of it. That's the fun about these games. You can just ram each other off track and not have to worry.
Yeah, that's only done in practice and in qualifying. Towards the end of qualifying.
I don't even think towards the end of qualifying. I see the tier 2 guys have also just done a little practice lag race. There's currently 6 drivers in tier 2 at the moment, and yeah, they just tested to see if there's any network issues. It doesn't look like there's any problems, so we'll see how they get along with their race. Hopefully the lag clears, as Gualtieri says there in the chat. And yeah, so Levitius has won a race. You won last week's race, but Gualtieri, Lorenzo wasn't in it. Lorenzo won the first race, but Levitius wasn't in it. So we have 2 winners that couldn't really contend with each other. So this week we're going to see what is up with them. And again, I see Leapy on top, Serious Sam. They've had some really close battles in the first race, but the second race, Sam got caught out with a strategy as he went onto the hard tires where everyone else went to, I think it was the soft tires or medium tires, one of the two.
They ended on softs. They ended on softs, and with the top 3 guys that started the race, they started with mediums, and I mean they started with softs and then went to mediums.
Oh, I see. Okay, and I'm just basically gonna exit the tier 2 lobby. They're reopening a fresh one just to sort of clear any network issues. Hopefully that will help them as well. But yeah, as I'm seeing here, Gualtieri Lorenzo with a penalty. This track can be quite harsh with the penalties. Especially, like, I think the guys are going to take chances with Eau Rouge because you have a lot of playing area there going over those curbs. But if you go a little bit too far, it slaps you hard with a 1 second penalty, not even a 0.5. So you'll see the overtakes that could be happening. And once again, I am so curious about the rain because rain can be treacherous on this track. It's going to be very exciting to see what these guys can do.
Yeah, I was just looking at the stream right now. I found a little bit of choppy streaming, but it looks like it's smoothed out again. It must have been something temporary with the network. Hopefully it stays stable for the rest of the race.
Yeah, this whole undersea cable story is really affecting, I think, a lot of streamers in general as well. So unfortunate, but fortunately we do have a very, very crispy stream from what I can see from my side. I'm checking it. I have it open on YouTube as well, so that I can call it out if there are any troubles. But so far, so good. Very clean, very crispy, and I mean, beautiful 1440p, man. That is lovely.
Yes, that's something new. So if any of our 4 viewers watching right now has a screen that can display 1440p, switch to that and enjoy some high resolutions.
Oh, it's very, very nice. Oh, I love it, man. Oh, quality is very nice. Okay, and the guys are getting out for the qualifying now.
Outlap for quali
Yeah, outlap.
has started.
Any idea on how long the qualifying session is?
It's going to be one flying lap. So you got an outlap and a flying lap, and then the timer will run out, and it should kick you back into the lobby. I think Safa will give people a few seconds to change their tires, and then we go racing for 17 laps. It should be just under 40 minutes.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this one flying lap. It really puts the pressure on the guys. Because again, now everyone wants to get out early. Safa has got way ahead of the pack, so he's in clear air running. EcoBoost as well, he's probably going to be flying through. He's already pulled a gap on Pumpkin Patch. I'm speaking like as if this is the race.
Yeah, I think Pumpkin is yeah, I think Pumpkin's going to just leave himself some clear air, so he doesn't want to disturb EcoBoost. Although somebody's very close to Pumpkin right now, Bridgens.
Yeah, and you see that's the other thing. This could be a strategy call as well, because getting on this is a very power heavy track. So getting slipstream either to end your lap or to start your lap could be, or even in the middle of the lap with the long straights on this track, it could really pump you up a good few tenths going into your qualifying.
So we're expecting on softs a 2-minute 15 as the quali time. So hopefully guys have a very clean, fast quali lap, and Safa's starting his flying lap now.
Yeah, you can see on the top right of your screen the mini map there. The guys have a general amount of space between them, but there's a few of them who don't. I see someone jump back to the pits now there actually. Very interesting call. Maybe they just completely ruined their lap and are taking a chance. Yeah, I see Azzy coming out of the pit lane there. Safa going through Eau Rouge. Very nicely and cleanly through there. That's going to carry a lot of speed. You see they're going through there 240 kilometers. It's Serious Sam who comes out late and went back to the pits. Maybe he spun out. I see there's a bit of an incident there between himself and Kennels that he messaged there. We'll have to see what that was about. But yeah, as it happens, again, these guys are going to want to be pushing as fast as they can during this qualifying session, because again, one flying lap, it's a very short qualifying session, so any mistake you make, you see EcoBoost getting a little bit squirrely out of that set of corners there, and that might be already an impediment on his qualifying. So far, EcoBoost had a very unfortunate showing of qualifying laps so far. But yeah, he's looking to redeem himself from the get-go here.
Yeah, he had those bad qualities on both of these races that happened, Atlanta and Nürburgring. Yeah,
and to be fair, he caught himself up very well. I think he ended up getting a podium with the first race, and close to, if not a podium, in the second race as well.
EcoBoost is EcoBoost is I think running third in the championship. I think Ghost Killer is in P2 of the championship. Safa is leading the pack right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That was the unfortunate situation of Levicious and Gualtieri missing those races. So consistently, Safa has been flying through it.
in race 1 and 2.
Oh, very nice, very nice. You see, that's the thing. EcoBoost, despite his terrible qualifying, has had some great races, great comebacks. So, if I didn't know how fast the man was, I would have definitely called him driver of the day. But, yeah, we see EcoBoost coming through. Sam, I think, yeah, Sam is going to be starting his flying lap now. And EcoBoost and himself are very close together. The guys are all going to be setting their laps now. We see Bridgens coming through, Pumpkin Pass. There's a big gaggle of cars there behind. And yeah, the guys are coming through.
Lorenzo got a P1 with a high 16s.
High 16s, as we expected. Leapy has gone slow. Dino, a 19.4. I'm trying to see them as they're coming up there. Carbon ZA2 is 218.2, very decent. Levicious with a 216, 710, so slightly ahead of Lorenzo there. Very good showing from Levicious. We know the man is fast, and I'm not sure if he's streaming again, but
He should be streaming.
going to
I
be
think
very close.
he streams on Twitch.
He streams on Twitch. Yeah, that is correct. And yeah, again, it's going to be very close between these two. You see, it's a
takes
10th
P1.
between them. It's a 10th between the two. So, and to be fair, Safa is very close behind as well. Lavicious taking the lead on qualifying. EcoBoost in 4th. Wolfie 5th. Ghost Killer in 6th. And we see that again, very close, within a second for the top 5. Ghost Killer 6, iCarbon in 7th, Leapy in 8th. And next page, if we can. Oh, is it gonna start already? Okay. Bridgens in 9th, DC Gaming 10th, Dino 11th, Pumpkin Patch 12th, Kennels and Serious Sam both not able to qualify in 13th and 14th. So they get those two. They have a lot of ground to make up.
Right, we're going to be starting the race in a few seconds, and we've got 17 laps to go. Levitius taking pole, Lorenzo in P2, Safa in P3, EcoBoost in P4. So those 4 drivers are going to be having some intense fighting on the track for the next 17 laps.
Going to be very interesting. Okay, we have a rolling start, so that's at least going to ease off any situations. You see, they're starting on the first corner, going on towards Eau Rouge there. So, yeah, Lavicious is actually in a very bad spot here qualifying first, because he's going to be the head of a slipstream train. So I wonder if you're going to see already moves moves are definitely going to happen going in towards this first corner. It's just who's going to take chances, and we are off actually. We're going through Eau Rouge already, and Lorenzo is right behind, closing up on Lavicious at the moment. And yeah, already you see there is a little bit of lag there between the two of them. Lavicious goes defensive, Gualtieri. Lorenzo is ahead, but will he be able to keep that lead into the first corner? First set of corners, no. This is late on the brakes. There's a bit of contact. Lorenzo goes a bit off. There's a lot of contact, a whole lot of contact. That's a very, very incidental start. A very unfortunate start, and Lavicious goes right to the back, as well as Safa. So EcoBoost coming out on top with that one. And like I said, that was going to be a very, very hectic start, as it was expected. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the replay there.
Yeah, I'll fix it up in a few seconds.
No stress. So yeah, EcoBoost in first, and Lavicious, who started first, is now in dead last, and he has a lot of damage. So he's gonna have to put an unfortunate situation for him. That's gonna tear him down a whole lot. So once again, yeah, EcoBoost, a major play from that. You see the slow motion replay, very nice. Oh, and it's so crispy. I must commend you for that. Tooney's very nice replay shots there. And we'll see
like somebody in P4.
So they get a bit of contact. Lorenzo and Lavicious, they get contact, which is to be expected, and because of the curbs and stuff. Yeah, the sunlight liquid sets Lorenzo a bit off and sends him back into Lavicious, who sends him back into Safa. And yeah, a terrible domino effect for those guys. So now they're going to have to make a major comeback on there.
So your new leaders are EcoBoost and Lorenzo, and then Wolfie.
Check Lorenzo for me. I'm not sure if the man is damaged.
No damage?
No, he does not. So very fortunate for him to come out unscathed in that whole endeavor. But Wolfie now moving on to the podium place, and Ghost Killer very close behind him. They've also had their fair share of battles during the season so far. Bridgens in a comfortable 5th place there. Very well done to him. Ahead of Leapy and DC Gaming, who is closing up on Leapy. And that looks like another overtake that could be waiting to happen. But Leapy is in the slipstream of Bridgens, I think. Yes, he is.
I just want to get some tire information from Wolfie and Ghost Killer. Okay, we're back to Leap.
Yeah, I think everyone is going to be playing it safe here on the mediums. But yeah, okay, Lavicious doesn't put. I'm surprised. He's going to be running with that damage for a while. Is that going to ruin his race? More than likely. But yeah, Bridgens and Leapy getting very close, as well as DC Gaming and iCarbon today. There's a lot of battles happening on track. Sorry for fumbling my words there. But yeah, very intense racing by these guys so far. Wolfie and Ghost Killer just separated by a second at the moment. Wolfie doing very well to keep Ghost Killer away. Our second place runner at the moment.
Bridgen's making a mistake and getting a bit slow.
Yeah, Leapy tried to capitalize on it but couldn't make the move stick. Bridgens went nicely defensive into there and closed the door for Leapy. While iCarbon, I think, overtook DC Gaming. It looks like. I think DC Gaming was in 7th a few moments ago. But it's not over yet. The battles are still happening. And here again, we get to a very, very slipstream, heavy section of straights. Because I think there's a very slight bit of lift that you have to do going in towards this corner. Yeah, you see Leapy does lift off. Is he going for the move here into the chicane? You're going to see he's coming up to it now. It doesn't look like he's going for the move. Yeah, it would be risky and very much not worth it. It's not worth ruining the race. iCarbon goes a little bit wide there on the exit as well. And oh yeah, I was supposed to join the tier 2 race as well. But yeah, it looks like we're settling into a couple of battles of 2s here. So yeah, iCarbon, DC Gaming. As we go further down the back, the Tunis, who's behind DC Gaming is Pumpkin Patch. Pumpkin Patch battling with Dino. Yeah, very relatively close. Sam is now up to 11th. Kennel's in 12th. And let me get an update for you here on the tier 2 as well when I can. Serious Sam in 11th. Kennel's in 12th. The Bish is 13th. And I think Safa's probably 14th by the looks of it. Looks like Safa went into the pits also, by the way. And in tier 2, we've got our podium positions. Catfish in 1st, RTA Oseva in 2nd, and Pang 23 from 9BR in 3rd. Dutchman 4th, Puma Sniper in 5th, Rizzler the Roller in 6th, and Trivs in 7th. The 2 boys running at the back of the pack at the moment. Safa coming out of the pits now as we get back to the tier 1 race.
Vicious is staying out of the pits with his damage.
Yeah, so he's going to be losing out a lot of time. You can see his last run was 2 minutes 22 from the first lap as a 2:19. So yeah, already losing out a major lot there. EcoBoost starting to settle into his pace. He's actually slowly reaching away from Lorenzo, and now you see what the man is capable of now that he starts up and ahead of the pack. The gap isn't improving dramatically, so Lorenzo is going to be on a comeback mission there towards EcoBoost, but he's 2.5 seconds away from Wolfie at the moment.
Yeah, so he should be catching up to EcoBoost quite quickly. I mean, it's a long lap, and they did have issues on lap 1. But you can see that Lorenzo is, I think, half a second faster per lap than EcoBoost. So it'll take him like 2 or 3 laps to get onto his tail. But he's really quick right now. Wolfie in P3, 2.8 seconds away from Lorenzo. And that gap is climbing. And we've got some action going on with Bridgens. Bridgens with a pack of cars behind him. Leap on his bumper. Leap has been on his bumper for about a week. For about not for a week.
A week.
It feels like a week, but he's been for an entire lap. Bridgen's defending really well. I mean, there's quite a few overtaking opportunities on Spa.
Carbon as well and DC. The two of them also. Oh, Carbon goes very wide there. I don't know if he's gonna get a penalty for that.
I don't think that's a track penalty. Oh, there is. He did.
It is. So he's going to lose out, and DC Gaming is going to capitalize. Leapy goes for the move. He has the slipstream. He goes late on the brakes. He's going to be too late. Not really. There's a little touch, but nothing to really shy about.
Amazing.
Very, very textbook and clean move there by Leapy. Using the slipstream on to his advantage there. Very, very nice. As we come through the slow motion replay again. It is a straight, so there's not really much of working around, but you can see Leapy is closing the gap ever so slightly thanks to that slipstream. And then I think just as we get a bit closer here, Leapy goes to move and makes it stick. Very nice move there by Leapy. iCarbon is slowly moving away from DC Gaming, but he's still going to have that penalty to serve. So that's going to be a major hit towards him. But is it going to be enough to lead DC Gaming by? He's going to want to get the most that he can from with this penalty on his mind now. Bridgens is keeping the pace up very nicely there. And Pumpkin Patch slightly behind DC Gaming as well. We'll see now as iCarbon approaches the penalty line. He's going to serve that penalty, and Bridges goes a bit wide onto the Sunlight Liquid. iCarbon goes ahead briefly, but breaks, and DC Gaming gets two positions. He gets both positions.
Well done,
almost
DC.
3 abreast there.
Well,
DC getting the sort of that opportunity, and iCarbon also defends his position from Puma Bridgens taking it back, which has now let Pumpkin Patch into the fray as well as I think that is Dino being followed closely by Sam. So we have a whole pack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars within probably 2 seconds of each other. Kennels go falling back. Levitius is surprisingly making up a fair amount of ground despite all that damage.
he's staying out.
Yeah,
he's losing about 3 seconds per lap.
Yeah, not ideal. So he must have thought that it will be better to stay out and wait till the rain comes through to pit. But I'm not sure. That's always difficult to judge with that damage, because he's losing his turn ability, he's losing downforce, and Dino goes wide on Eau Rouge and gives Serious Sam an opportunity to run through. He gets a penalty as well, just to add insult to injury. But he defends the position. Sam does not go for it. He slots in, wants to pull the switcheroo. There's a little bit of contact there, but nothing too major as well. Once again, Sam's still going for the move. They're going side by side in towards the next corner. Very nice move by Sam.
Sam's got this. He's got the inside. Job done.
He's got the inside line. Job done. He'll need to defend it a little bit and makes it happen. Sam up to 10th now from, I think, dead last position. A very nice catch up there by him. iCarbon has now pulled a 1.2 second gap and is looking for that position back from DC Gaming. Bridgens with a 1 second penalty, so Pumpkin Patch is going to be again gathering time on that incident again. Yeah, you see, that's the thing about the penalties. The penalties can really keep your race from anyway.
EcoBoost and Lorenzo, the gap is still at 1.4 seconds, so it hasn't reduced.
So it shows a very, props to EcoBoost for keeping Gualtieri Lorenzo at bay. Very nice driving by the both of them, and you can see they've got a steady gap to the next two, which is Ghost Killer and Wolfie, who are also a fair gap between each other, but nothing close to a battle at the moment. This mid pack is where it's actually happening. DC Gaming and iCarbon going through the straight there,
and Pumpkin's got a battle with Sam.
Pumpkin with the battle of Sam. Is Carbon gonna go for the move? He does break late. Pumpkin Patch defends, as you see at the back, and Carbon makes the move stick. He's gonna go a bit wider and a slower line on the exit, and DC Gaming gets a better run going out. Sam and Pumpkin Patch, no incident there, no moves being made. Is Carbon goes slightly defensive in towards the last corner, whichever. But yeah, okay, so Pumpkin Patch gets a bit of a lead there on Sam again. But now, once again, Slipstream comes into play. And as we're speaking about that, we see clouds are starting to form above on the racetrack. Lights haven't come on from the cars yet, so it's nothing too dramatic yet, but we're gonna see the rain coming in very soon. And that's gonna change the game up a whole lot.
Yeah, we should be expecting rain in the next 2 or 3 laps. It's going to start off light and then it's going to start coming down quite quickly. I would love to see who goes into the pits and who sticks it out.
Yeah, so they can decide to either go on the intermediates or the wets. They could decide that to lap early. They could decide to risk it for another lap depending on where the rain is coming from. And as you see under the map, there is a wind blowing 3.8 meters per second to the southward direction. And yeah, Safa so far is the only one on soft tires. And yeah, he's trying to make as big a comeback as he can after that unfortunate first lap incident. Leapy is having a little bit of a lonely race. You can see you can see Ghost Killer ahead of him 3.5 seconds, but he's 4.5 seconds ahead of iCarbon, who has overtaken DC Gaming again. And it looks like Sam lost out.
Where
Yeah,
is
Sam lost out somewhere.
Sam is in
Where he
P12.
goes in 12. Looks like he spun.
He
Still
probably
getting
spun,
used to
but
that
no
fanatic
damage.
wheel.
Yeah, but no damage,
Yeah, no
which is really
damage.
good.
The man is still getting used to that wheel, and I can already see he's gonna message the group and he say, I can't get this right, eh? But good
Leviticus,
for him. That's his practice. This is some good practice for him.
Leviticus
is
keeping it
holding his own.
consistent.
He's holding his own for sure.
Yeah, he's got some major time to catch up once he goes into the pits. I do think he's making a mistake. I think it's probably faster to go into the pit well, I mean, do you know
We
what
can
the pit
actually
loss
gauge it
is?
from Safa.
We can
I
measure
think
from
it's
Safa.
a long. It's a long time, eh?
So you've
I
got
think 30 seconds or so.
15 plus 30, about 45 seconds. 45 seconds pit
Yeah,
loss. Yeah, no, I think
that's
I
quite
think
a while.
Leviticus has made a good move
Made
to
the right
stay
decision.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, because you can see Safa is definitely catching back up. But will it be enough in the rain heats? Because then it's a surefire. You need to put for the rain. You could chance it, but it's not going to be worthwhile chancing slick tires on the rainy track. So yeah, EcoBoost being caught up very slightly by Lorenzo. It's still just
I think
1.4
it's sticking.
seconds.
Yeah, I don't think he's
It's
catching
moved.
up.
It's moved around 2/10
Yeah.
per lap, 4 and
It's
against.
slowing down.
But yeah, Lorenzo is losing out a little bit there.
Yeah, that
And
might
yeah.
be just what happens in that corner. One guy speeds up, one guy slows down. So
Yeah.
I think it's much of a muchness on that. Looking at your leaders, you've got EcoBoost, Lorenzo, Wolfie, Ghost Killer, Leap, Carbon, DC, Pumpkin, Bridgens, Dino, Leviticus, Serious Sam, Kennels, and Sapphire. What happened to Kennels? Kennels is running 29
I think
and
Kennels
30s.
also ran. Yeah, I think he also had a moment. Oh, and gets a 0.5 second penalty as well.
I think he's
Slows down and
overdriving
lets
the
stuff
car.
go through. Yeah, quite possibly. I know there were incidents in that first lap.
Yeah, because he's
So
about 10
maybe
seconds per
Kennels
lap
spun as
off,
well.
off the pace.
Is he making mistakes every lap? That might be a really just unfortunate situation for him.
Yeah. One of those things.
So that's one of those things. Yeah, it is what the racing happens. And yeah, Sam losing out 13 seconds on his last lap. So definitely a spin out. Fortunately, no damage. But yeah, EcoBoost is
They're all running the same
again.
times.
This gap is not. Yeah, they're not closing the gap. Lorenzo is not closing the gap too much. But yeah, Wolfie is increasing the gap to Ghost Killer there, and yeah, we'll see how that pans out later on towards the race. Because again, the rain could really change the race. The rain could send people into the barriers. The rain could completely change the game as it is right now.
Yeah.
So iCarbon is not too far off. The DC Gaming is catching up a little by little. He's not in the slipstream and doesn't get a good run out of the first corner. So Carbon doesn't have to worry about a move being made unless it's a very dramatic send. But yeah, Pumpkin Patch also falling a little bit behind. But as we know, man's been very consistent in his past races. So we'll see how it plays. I want to see how he is in the rain, because that also could be a factor to his advantage with his consistency that I know that he can race.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so 7 seconds between iCarbon and Leapy. Again, Leapy having a very slightly lonely race. You can only see Ghost Killer and Wolfie in the very distance as he's driving, and no one to make a move on him. But yeah, EcoBoost and Gualtieri having a very close battle. They're trying to edge everything that they can about those two cars. Lorenzo has closed the gap very little again. But every time I say that, then EcoBoost gains some time.
So I'm looking at the track map right now. So you've got EcoBoost, Lorenzo, and then there's a big gap, and then you've got a decent sized gap between P3, 4, 5, and then in P6, that's when you start getting closer gaps.
Yeah, that's the big battle, the mid back.
Yeah, so battling for P6 is going to be interesting. but we are one lap away from the rain starting to affect people. You can see DC's tires in the front are almost completely gone. Looking at EcoBoost's tires, everyone's tires are looking okay. DC is the only one, but DC is on controller, so that might be
so unfortunate.
what's happening there.
It's unfortunate. Like the controller, I mean, props to DC for being so fast on a controller. It's something that I will never get. I've tried racing on controller, and you can see that you can be fast with it, but it takes some serious skill. So really, once again, props to DC Gaming for being a top contender at this level of gaming with a controller against probably everyone else on the wheel.
So it looks like there's a battle brewing here for P8. You've got Pumpkin, Bridgens, and Dino.
Yeah, and you see Vitius and Serious Sam in the far background there. Vitius still not able to make any ground, and unfortunately, again, unfortunate incident there at the start of the lap, and Lorenzo got out very, very lucky with that situation as well. He could have been punted off into the wall. He could have been spun around. Yeah, he got himself saved by the game there.
Yeah, no, he definitely can count his blessings on that one. Serious Sam, he's still on mediums. Safa making his way.
He's definitely catching up to Levicious as well, Sam, due to that excessive damage on Levicious's Mercedes there. And again, like something that we don't really touch upon is the designs. Honestly, the guys have done such an awesome job with the designs. Everyone's designs, from you'll see the Mayfair gearbox, you'll see the RTA designs, very similar on each car, very, very nice and thorough. But I must say the 9BR guys, Pumpkin Patch, the design on that car is very, very nice to me. Without being
the pumpkin-colored pumpkin patch car.
Pumpkin-colored pumpkin patch car. It was like the design was just made for him. Very, very nice looking design there on that one.
So you can see DC's tires coming to give him a bit of a disadvantage. Pumpkin closed right up onto him.
Yeah, and that's he's gonna probably try and defend it
Pumpkin
as much as he can. He's going on the outside, and DC can only look in disdain.
Pumpkin's gonna have the inside. Job done.
Move. Yeah, he didn't even have to wait for that inside corner, and now Bridgens is going on the attack as well. As again, they're coming through this very long straight, so Bridgens is gonna have a lot of slipstream again, and Dino is watching there. He's waiting for something to happen. He's going to like a hyena in the bushes, waiting to prey on the other.
I'm pretty sure DC is gonna come into the pits right now.
Ooh, Dino goes a bit wide, but I don't think that's worth a penalty. We'll see. Is Pumpkin Patch going in? Is DC Gaming going in?
No,
nope,
DC stays out.
On. Oh, 7, 8, 9, and 10 separated probably by a second and a half, eh?
I want to take a look at the rear of Pumpkin overtaking DC on the inside. He stays
on the inside,
outside.
turns outside.
He stays on the outside, and then
DC
the next corner is going to have the inside.
Space afforded by DC. Good sportsmanship from the man. Very, very nice overtake by Pumpkin Patch. Very good sportsmanship from DC Gaming. And yeah, solid overtake in general.
It looked amazing. Let's take a look at the start. You got the gap between EcoBoost and Lorenzo increasing.
Back up.
So
yeah.
EcoBoost is doing really well to keep his cool under pressure, because we all know Lorenzo is really quick. EcoBoost is he can hold his own. But
yeah, sure.
The pressure at the
he
top
has been holding his own. I think now that he's had a clear race, a clear air race, it's gotten his mind at ease, because I don't think he likes to battle with other drivers as much as he can. He can do it. He can battle. He can race cleanly, but I feel like he tends to overthink his moves and either goes too aggressive or too defensive in situations.
It looks like DC has lost out here. Bridgens and Dino overtook him.
Yeah, and what's been half a lap. So DC Gaming he is waiting for the rain. As we can see, the track is musty as well, very, very musty. So the rain is not going to be far off. DC Gaming is not going to want to pit and then have to put in another 2 laps.
Yeah,
but I think most of the guys are going to come into pit for this lap, either this lap or the next one. Oh, Sam with a 1.5
Sam with a 1.5
penalty.
second penalty.
not having a good time. His tires aren't too bad. His fuel isn't too bad, but yeah, he's told me before when I was in a chat lobby with him. He said that he's not liking this car. He
So you
said
got
he's struggling.
The leaders are in the pit. We'll see in a moment what tires they've picked. Did they did they go on softs, or did they think that it's gonna rain? And
so you see the
pick some
thing
inters?
about the game doesn't let us see the weather radar from where we are. So if someone I don't know how it works, but sometimes you can see drivers with the weather radar on, sometimes you can't. But Ghost Killer goes for another lap. I think he's chancing it. Maybe the rain hasn't come yet, but it will soon. So Ghost Killer chancing it for another lap.
I think that's a good move. Ghost Killer's got a good strat. He's gonna stay out as long as possible. Save a bit of fuel, and I mean, he was running fourth this whole time, so I mean, he's doing really well.
I see the guys are going into intermediates. I see they're going into intermediates. The problem is, the risk with Ghost Killer now is that you will have pressure intermediates, but yeah, the wipers are coming on, so the rain is about to land, and Ghost Killer still has half a lap to do. So if the rain hits hard, which it should, it could really ruin Ghost Killer's race completely. He could fall completely behind with us. So he's going to be pushing as hard as he can to get into the pits as soon as he can. But yeah, we see, I can't see droplets on the stream. I don't know if you can see anything from your view.
No, I don't see. I do see like a few drops on the surface, but the indicator is only increasing now. Carbon went into the pit, and he's chosen to stay on mediums.
Oh, that's an unfortunate situation. He might have just pressed it by instinct or reflex. But yeah, that's gonna ruin his race. He's gonna have to pit again in this lap, the same lap that he came out. So yeah, now the water level is rising. Let's watch Ghost Killer as he gets towards the end of the lap. And I think he made a very solid choice. He's on top. He's ahead 33 seconds, and this could play seriously to his advantage. The rain is coming through now, and I think he has timed it with absolute perfection. Once that line goes, once the I was going to say the moist meter, the wetness level goes over that first line threshold. That's when the slick tires starts to.
I want to just check tires at the back of the grid. So we're going to have Safa on Inters, Levitius on Inters.
He's repaired that damage as well.
Sam has chosen full wet. DC on Inters. Dino on Inters.
Yeah, so Sam is going to be at an advantage.
Where is Kennel? Kennel has quit the race.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Okay, so if I show you the tires.
Yes, Sam is on wet. Very nice. I love this little graphic.
So Kennels has quit the race, yes. You got Ghost Killer. Let's see.
He's coming out on Inters.
Is he coming out on Inters?
Inters or wets, yeah, that's the other thing.
So he's coming out now. We'll see others at Inters.
Intermediates, okay, very nice.
So you got
and then
Ghost
unfortunate
Killer.
For Carbon.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to put again. So he essentially just ruined his race, unfortunately. But again, you can't confirm it just yet because the rain could be hectic. As you see, the cars are coming around a lot slower than what you usually see.
Yeah, as it stands right now on the wetness meter, it's still in the intermediate tires range. Once it starts going above that 1/3 threshold, and you'll start seeing that white indicator turn blue, that's when full wets are actually required.
Not required, but recommended. I've seen the guys and myself as well. It is possible to drive with the Inters on a full wet track, but it is difficult.
Yeah,
you need like some precision driving.
Another thing that we should tell the audience is that the drivers are not allowed to use traction control.
Yeah. Oh, and that's something. Yeah, no traction control allowed. It incentivizes more skillful driving, so you can't just plant your foot and traction control will do the rest. So you have to rely on proper skill. And I mean, it is difficult, especially in the rain, to control that throttle input. If you just give a little too much, your car will go sideways.
Yeah,
And
I'm looking at the gap between Lorenzo and what happened there? EcoBoost made a mistake, and
he
Lorenzo
did make a mistake. Lorenzo capitalizes. Ghost Killer, oh my word, Ghost Killer gains a lot of time with that last extra lap on the mediums. Because
Yeah.
now he's third, he's 2 seconds away
He's
from
2 seconds away
EcoBoost.
from them. So Ghost Killer
5.5
has
seconds ahead of
played
Wolfie.
this to perfection.
He's gained a lot of time. I think that was probably around about 8 seconds that he gained in the pit, because he was about 2.5 seconds behind Wolfie before
right.
before the
Yeah,
changes happened.
and now it's 5
And now
seconds.
he's
So
5 seconds.
that's amazing.
Very well played. That's a solid play by Ghost Killer. Very
So you
nice.
got Leap. So Leap. So the top 5 are fairly close to each other. Well, okay, they are
You're
14
fairly
seconds.
close.
They are 14 seconds. So that's quite a bit of a gap.
Wait, and is the rain gone already?
It
is
depends on
coming
the part of the track. We don't we can't just because it's looks like it's going on one side doesn't mean it's gone everywhere.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, there's already a dry line forming, and that wasn't there a lap ago. So Sam could also lose out again with going onto the wets. I suppose he was probably expecting a big bout of rain to happen, and we don't know also what could happen in these next 5 laps. Yeah, five more laps to go. So yeah, we'll see how this plays in to the guys' hands, because now the intermediates are going to be very, very effective, and the wets are going to lose out. But again, Sam going for an alternate strategy compared to everyone else this week as well.
Right.
So Lavicious, unfortunately, again losing out from the start of the race, but he is back now up to 7th position, which is a very amazing comeback to him.
He's got
Yeah,
quite
he has
a bit
few
of time
minutes
to make up
to
because of those slow laps.
Yeah, and once again, EcoBoost has not had a good running in the rain so far. In GTSA, he's also lost out a lot because of the rain. So the rain is his kryptonite, apparently. But we will see now the dry line is forming. The intermediates are going to be very effective. And now EcoBoost is on a run for revenge. And Lorenzo is going to have to defend against an angry EcoBoost.
Do you think anybody's going to risk it and come in early, or do you think... well, I mean, they only got 4 laps to go. So I think they're just going to stick it out with the inters and run it to the end.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Like I was saying, like just in personal strategy, if the sun had to come out earlier and the track would dry up, it might be faster to get. I mean, as you see, Ghost Killer gained almost 8 seconds on an extra lap running on mediums, so it could be possible that the guys might go and change tires.
Well, I mean, they still have to contend with a 45-second pit loss.
Exactly. So it's possible, but I don't think they will risk it, especially the guys in the front.
Leap doing okay.
To be fair, Leapy could take a chance. To be fair, he's got a nice space ahead of him.
Lorenzo in the pits.
Oh, he's taking the chance. I freaking love it.
I think this might be a bit of a mistake.
I think so too, but it's very interesting to see. And the problem is getting out. There is still a wet line on that pit exit, so Leapy in as well. Ghost Killer now up to 2nd, Wolfie up to 3rd. But this is going to be a very interesting 4 laps. Yo, okay. Not like I said, it's possible, but I don't think they will risk it. But they are risking it.
You think maybe they have damage?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Both Lorenzo and Lipe have been running good races. Lipe only had himself to battle against. So, it's going to see. The problem is the intermediates are going to fall off very, very heavily in these last 3 laps. You can see already the... Yeah, let's watch Lipe go out of the pit stop here, because there's still a lot of water. There's a lot of water. How is he going to do here? Is he going to go right off the course? No, but it's treacherous. Lorenzo spins out.
Gets damage.
Lipe does not. Lorenzo has damage.
Lorenzo has damage.
Oh no, that is terrible. So yeah, big risk, big reward, but the risk was higher than the reward for Lorenzo there. Although it could still be possible that they could catch up. Serious Sam in, Bridgens in, Dino, Safa. Safa also making a major comeback, seeing as he had to do an extra pit stop compared to everyone else. And he is now sitting in 9th. Oh, and he goes, yep, that's it, as expected. That's probably what happened to Lorenzo as well.
And he's got the exact same damage as well.
Same damage. And that was just what I was about to say. I was just about to say that the exit
pit
of the
exit
pit
is treacherous.
Yeah, so you have to contend with driving through that long pit exit and yeah, the pit lane actually, and then Sam as well losing out there, and he called it himself. He's like, he told me earlier, and spins out also. Wet line,
And
dry
he's got rear
tires,
bumper damage now as well.
reverses into the wall. I think he's pretty much said, screw this race, let me just try what I can. Gross killer in as well. So he decides, okay, 3 laps running on dry tires is going to be more effective. So yeah, an unfortunate situation for Sam there. And he just straight up reverses into the wall. Unfortunate there. But yeah, that's kind of a replay.
Yeah.
So
That
as
is a
much as he
shame.
is my teammate, he's angry driving right now. I know the man. iCarbon close to being lapped here
Carbon
by
stays in the
EcoBoost.
mediums. Serious Sam on
Yeah, he
stop.
changed as well.
So it looks like a decent mix. Where's EcoBoost? He's still on Inters. Wolfie is still on Inters. Levitius in P3 on Inters. And if he stays
Yeah.
out and like he's been doing 227s, that is about 10 seconds slower than a soft tire runner. Pumpkin stays out on Inters. DC stays out on Inters. Ghost Killer Pace
Oh, Ghost Killer suffering again.
got damage.
So all the guys suffering on the wet lines, and they're going to be smacking themselves in the head there.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah,
went
it was
in for
big.
softs one lap too soon.
I don't even think so. The dry line was there. It's just the matter
the
of
exit.
maintaining that dry line.
Don't
Not
brake
even the
hard, don't accelerate hard on that wet patch.
It's not even that. Just going into a rouge, there is a dry line, but you have to stick very, very hard on that dry
Threading the
line.
needle on
Even
the dry
slightly
line.
doing. Yeah, thread the needle on the dry line, and even if you have to slow down, just stick to the dry line, because even a slight touch on the wet line will send you for a loop, and that's what it's done to a good couple of our drivers here. Leapy gaining a major hit on that one as he passed Ghost Killer, who was way ahead in front of him. So yeah, we will see now with this last 2.5 laps remaining. EcoBoost coming to start his 16th lap. And yeah, we'll see how the Inters will do against the DC Gaming getting very drifty there. And yeah, he's probably going to come in regardless now. You can see that those tires are ruined there.
DC definitely needs to come into the pits because he's spinning on Inters.
Yeah.
I think
And the
would've-
fact is, I've thought about it
I think he
earlier in
would've-
the race.
Preserve these tires if he touch the wet spots every now and again and not stay on the dry line or you having Inters, well, very heavily worn Inters, and he stays out.
Oh wow, he's crossing. He's 2 laps left, so he doesn't want to take a
Lorenzo
risk.
can
But
still
he's
do this because Lorenzo probably can get a P4 because he's going to be about 10 seconds faster. If he doesn't, he should be about 10 seconds faster than the guys running the Inters.
See, he has damage, so that's going to hamper a lot of his speed on the high speed sections.
So Lorenzo's like the leader of the soft tires group. Everybody ahead of him are all on Inters.
Yeah, so 2 laps remaining. Lorenzo's playing a very major catch-up game. And check for me the time of EcoBoost's last 2 laps.
227, 226 on Inters.
Yeah, and Levitius as well.
Levitius 227s as well.
26. And Lorenzo, I think, is doing 223s.
Let's go find him. Lorenzo 223s. So he would have had 217s, 218s on softs, but he got damage.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't spin out, but he hit the wall, and yeah. So again, like that was the thing. I didn't expect the risk to be taken, but obviously, when you're sitting at the more mid to back end of the pack, and you see, oh, the guys are changing. But look at this now with EcoBoost. His tires are
Carbon unlapping himself.
Carbon unlapping himself, and yeah, he's going to be much faster than EcoBoost at the moment. EcoBoost trying to cool down his tires as much as he can, but it's going to be a very, very, very treacherous last lap for himself, Wolfie, and probably Levitius as well. Lorenzo up to 4th now. He's still got a lot of ground to make up. But yeah, an easy, slow final lap for EcoBoost will see him through to victory, but it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be very, very treacherous. Now you can see as he gets a little bit slidey on the exit of that corner already. And yeah, once his tires are at this level, it's the back end can kick out, and if it does, there's pretty much no bringing it back. It's like you're driving on ice. So yeah, Lorenzo already 3.5 seconds plus ahead. Ghost Killer in 7th.
DC and then Dino.
DC going for another treacherous lap on those dead intermediates. Safa in
P10
with a penalty.
Safa in P10.
So yeah, the intermediates all the way through looked like the way to go. There was like a half a lap of rain, and then it just dried up.
So Levitius kind of holding station with Lorenzo.
Lorenzo is likely to take the position.
Is likely to take the position on the last lap, the final podium position, and here they are back where the shenanigans began.
Yeah, once again, and Levitius is gonna try and defend with his life, but it's gonna happen at some point.
Well, Levitius needs to make sure that he can push. Well, not push.
Lorenzo goes off. He's on the wet line. Yep. He was too aggressive. And Levitius.
That's what I was about to say. If Levitius blocks the dry line and Lorenzo needs to take over on the wet line, then Lorenzo is going to be spinning.
You see, Lorenzo knew he was a lot faster on that dry line, just in general because of the tire wear on Levitius.
Yeah,
but Levitius kept his composure. It didn't look like it, but the angle is a bit weird there, so it could also be lag. So just the thing of it just could be lag as well.
Either way, I mean, Lorenzo was on the wet line. I mean, there's nothing there's nothing that anyone could have done.
Yeah, and see Ghost Killer and Leapy also gaining. Leapy, honestly, my driver of the day. The Vicious gets overtaken by Ghost Killer as well, and I think it might just stay that way. Don't think
EcoBoost crosses the line.
A very nice victory to EcoBoost. Very, very clean and solid race by him. Wolfie finishing 2nd. Well done to him, getting on the podium this time around.
Well done.
And Leapy, I think, getting another podium, if I'm not mistaken. I think Leapy was on the podium before. If not it's been his first podium. Ghost Killer taking 4th, so consistent running for him. Levitius 1st, Lorenzo in 6th, close behind him.
Pumpkin
Pest in 7th, DC Gaming in 8th, and props to him for making those tires pretty much driving on the rims for 2 laps.
On Inter's rims.
Dino 9th, Safa 10th. I don't think Safa can make a move happen here on this lap. So a very unfortunate race for Safa. He was very, very frustrated with this race from the get-go, though.
Yeah, so he had an unfortunate
start.
Yeah, and then he also went in for an extra pit stop where Levitius actually stuck it out.
Yep, that's the thing. So a very, very solid comeback as Safa spins through the final exit, the final flag there. Bridgen's coming home to take 11th position, and Sam and Carbon. Sam again losing out with strategy calls, unfortunately, and a few spins. Fair. The man's only going to get better because it's his second time doing a race on a wheel. So props to him for sticking it out. He has got damage. His fuel is just about done. And an unfortunate showing by Carbon as well, making plenty of mistakes. But that is how it is in racing, eh? And as we go to as we're speaking here, I'm going to the tier 2 race. Cat first with a solid 12-second lead ahead over Pung 23 in second, and Sniper very close behind him. There could be some action for the podium spots in the tier 2. Dutchman in 4th, Osava in 5th, Trivs GG in 6th, and Rizla the Roller in 7th at the moment. But yeah, solid showing from the guys. Driver of the day for me will definitely go to Leapy. I would say it's between Leapy and Wolfie for me. I don't know about you there, Tunis. If you have a moment to speak.
I don't have an opinion that's very strong. I would say Leap has done a really good job. I would say Levitius has done really well. I mean that terrible accident at the start, and then he had to recover, and to finish in 5th place from what was dead last on a long race with damage. Oh, that's skill. I mean, he was probably sweating for every single one of those 17 laps.
Yeah, no, for sure. And again, we all know Levitius is a very fast driver, as well as Lorenzo. So I don't know. We'll see after the race ends who's going to be shouting against who. But yeah, EcoBoost coming through with a much deserved victory, honestly speaking. Wolfie with a very much deserved second place. He's been consistent through all the drives that he's done. And Leapy as well, consistent as well, ahead of Ghost Killer. So yeah, the points are very, very close as it is here. Is this taking into account? Yeah, this is taking into account today's race as well. So very, very, very close, touching with the top, well, second through to fourth place.
Yeah, so what we've got here is the championship points at the end of today's race, end of round 3. I mean, these are provisional. I think it's going to take 1 or 2 days if anybody has to go report an incident and penalties get awarded. But as it stands, without any penalties, this is your championship point. EcoBoost is the new leader. It was Safa with starting off with 70 points, and now Safa's only got 87 points, whereas EcoBoost started off with 57 points. And now he gets 40 points, and now he's 97 points. So EcoBoost doing really well. Wolfie moves up the championship. Leap, I think Leap was up there. I think Leap was still in P3 in the championship. But yeah, I mean, this has been really amazing. You got low points for Levitius and Lorenzo because of that tire choices, the incident at the start. Yeah, it's been an amazing race. I really enjoyed today.
Yeah, no, for sure. That rain was what made it all happen, eh? And again, props to Wolfie especially for making the choice and running through, not making any mistakes really. Kept a consistent race as well as Leapy. Ghost Killer, he had a majorly good strategy in the first stint, but unfortunately going earlier on the softer tires, and that dramatic and treacherous pit exit is what made it all fall apart for many of our drivers tonight. But overall, good race by EcoBoost. Well done on the win, and well done. It's a very, very close set of points there with the top 5. So it's all to play for, and you can see how quickly the points can change.
Yeah, now I'm looking forward towards we're at the halfway mark of the season. Next week's race is going to be round 4 at Suzuka. I'm not 100% sure on the car. That's I'll maybe go and find what's the car. But yeah, next week racing coming up. They'll be streaming on the LNR channel. They've got all-wheel drive cars, Group 4s at Grand Valley. And the day, well, that's on Sunday, and then the next day, Monday, which is next week Monday, will be Suzuka. And the car that's going to be racing will be the Lexus RC GT500.
Ooh.
I think that not a...
That's the old Group 2.
That's the old Group 2.
It sounds like... Yeah, I think so. The GT500s are the older cars. So yeah, older Group 2 around Suzuka, that is going to be interesting. I love the sound of that car. So
I've got my PlayStation opened up here. I'm going to go find out if it's a Group 2 car or not. So let's go sort by manufacturer.
Is it RC or SC? Because I know the Lexus SC GT500 is the
RC.
Is the Group 2.
RCF.
RCF. That's a Group 2 as well. Yeah.
GT500. That's a Group 3 car.
Ah.
No.
Okay. RCF GT500 is the Group 2. Confusing ourselves here.
RC GT500 is a Group 2. You are right. It's a Group 2. It's one of the newer ones because it's the GT500's 2016 model.
So I thought going off the GT500s, the GT500s I knew to be the older models, but it still continues to be GT500 as the new models for some of them at least. But very nice.
I'm trying to look at. I need to change the view. That's why. GT2 was also it was a GT500, but that is an SC430, 2008 model.
Yeah.
That's the old GR2. The new GR2 is what they're going to be racing next week at Suzuka. So that's going to be amazing. I had fun, Rehan. Hope you had fun. I hope the viewers had fun. The handful of them that watched today's race.
Yeah, it was very intense. Gee whiz. Again, the rain changed the game.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. Cool. Yeah, thanks everyone. Have a good evening. And thanks for sticking with us for an hour.
Yeah, have a good evening, guys, and we'll see